Hi everyone, this is Shubhi Agarwal and welcome to another video. Um, this is ET dated 23rd September 2023 and this is Saturday edition. So as I say, Saturday edition is very important edition, and in that edition the news are properly explained by Economic Times, and you should all read a Saturday edition. It will add a value to your it will add more and more value to your life, and I think in order to be updated you should read both Saturday edition, and also ET publishes a magazine, so you should also go through that, in which it discusses various it takes various topics and then it discusses about that topics in ET Wealth. So let's start. The first article I came across was India to enter JP Morgan EM bond index in 2024. So, India is said to be included in the US financial services firm JP Morgan's government bond index emerging markets global index suit, bringing years of negotiation with the Indian government to end and paving the way for more than $20 million of the stable dollar inflows into the country's sovereign debt market. India will be included in the GBIM Global Index suit starting June 28, 2024. India is expected to reach the maximum weight of 10% in GBIEM Global Diversified Index. Currently, 23 Indian government bonds with a combined notional value of US dollar 330 billion are index eligible. Gloria Kim and Kumaramam Ram of JP Morgan said in a statement late Thursday. Inclusion of IGBs will be staggered over a 10-month period starting June 28, 2024 through March 31, 2025. JBI MGD account for US dollar 2.3 billion of the estimated US dollar 236 billion benchmark to the GBI EM family of indices. So 23 Indian government bonds with combined notional value of $330 billion are index eligible at present. Inclusion of IGBs to take place in a staggered way from June 28, 2024 till March 31, 2025. Foreign demand of GSEC to bring down government bond yields borrowing cost from this. Big tech companies must comply with the new data law in 6 months. So, large technology firms which already comply with the global privacy laws, such as European GDPR, will be given 6 months to comply with the new Data Act. This was said by Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Minister of State for Electronic and IT. Micro, small and medium enterprises, hospitals or small manufacturers will be given 12 months, he told ET. Big tech and big companies that are already compliant with the GDPR have a history of complying with international law should not expect more than 6 months at most. Some governmental organizations, particularly the state government bodies that are not prepared for the transition, may be given more than 12 months to comply. He added, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, which is India's first privacy law, was notified on August 11. The government has been working on notifying the rules and would detail the various provisions of the Act in the next 30 days, pointing out that those parts of the Act that are easy to implement and don't need time to transition should be implemented immediately. Chandrasekhar said the only thing that requires a slightly more delayed implementation will be the age gating for parental consent, as systems have to be designed and put into place. Creditors to have more time to file claims under IBC. This one I will discuss later. Corporate India going the extra mile to hit green goals. So, an app exclusively to push for carpooling among employees, battery operated cabs, preferred parking, and virtual meetings wherever possible. Corporate India is going the extra mile to ensure a greener future as the country looks to transition towards net zero. A clutch of companies including Infosys, Capgemini, Ericsson, and EY Global Delivery Services are making employee travel more sustainable to reduce their carbon footprint. While increasing the usage of electric vehicles is one part of the strategy, these companies are also focusing on measures like cutting down non essential travel, phasing out CNG vehicles, and encouraging carpooling among the employees. EYGDS has developed an app exclusively for employees to boost carpooling. Almost 60% of ferries are EVs, and company is using them in almost all cities in operation. It also avoids all unnecessary business travel and uses technologies to create awareness among the people by providing information around carbon efficient flight options and carbon footprint of every travel eternity. India protests denial of visas to Arunachal Pradesh. India on Friday filed a formal protest against China's deliberate and selective obstruction of sportsperson after Beijing denied visas and extradition to athletes from Arunachal Pradesh. Protesting China's move, Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has cancelled his visit to China. Kiren Rijiju, Thakur's cabinet colleague and who is an Arunachal Pradesh MP, told reporters he strongly condemns this illegal and illegitimate action. China has no right to deny the entry of people from Arunachal Pradesh. We are condemning China's act, but the International Olympic Committee should condemn it as well. They should not sit quietly because such acts may be an injustice to players in futures as well. In protest, Sports Minister visit to Beijing for opening ceremony is cancelled. No official will visit China for Asian Games now, he said. Two athletes, Onilo Tega and Mainpul Lambu, cleared by the Hangzhou Asian Games Organizing Committee, were unable to download accreditation cards that double as visas. A third Nai man, Wingsu, downloaded the accreditation but was then denied entry. India has learned that Chinese authorities have, in a targeted and premeditated manner, discriminated against some Indian sportsmen from Arunachal Pradesh by denying them accreditation and entry to the 19th Asian Games in Hangzhou, China. Excuse me. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Adindam Bagchi said, in line with our long-standing and consistent position, India firmly rejects differential treatment of Indian citizens on the basis of domicile or ethnicity. Arunachal Pradesh is and will always remain an integral and inalienable part in India. SC rejects PIL seeking audit of EVM software. The Supreme Court on Friday refused to entertain plea seeking an audit of the software used in EVMs, observing that matter involved a policy issue. A bench headed by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud said the source code of the software cannot be put in the public domain as it will make the EVM susceptible to hacking. The bench questioned the petitioner, Sunil Aya, if he had material evidence to cast doubts on the functioning of EVM. Aya told that the bench that the source code is the brain behind EVMs and that citizens are voting through a system that is not audited. The petitioner further contended that he has submitted 3 representations to Election Commission but has no avail. Finding little force in the contentions raised, the bench observed that no actionable material has been placed on record to suggest that the ECI has acted in breach of constitutional mandate. The SC also observed that the petitioner has earlier moved a similar plea before 2019 elections. Back then it was held that due to the impending elections, it was not possible to get into the plea. Government invites bids to modernize semiconductor lab in Mohali. So the government has invited from Indian and global companies with technological and operational expertise to modernize the semiconductor lab in Mohali. The bids can be submitted till October 21. As per the proposal, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is looking to modernize the SCL by transforming it into Research and Development Center for Excellence, transforming it into an at-scale manufacturing facility or a combination of both. Family offices of top startup founders to invest in Bluestone. Zerodha co-founder Nikhil Kamnath is investing rupees 100 crores or around $12 million in omni-channel jewelry retailer Bluestone in a round where Zomato founder and chief executive Dipender Goyal, Cardeco founder and CEO Amit Jain, and financial service firm IFL are also participating. Bluestone founder and CEO Gaurav Singh Kushwaha confirmed the development to ET in an exclusive interaction, saying the Bangalore-based company is closing $65 million or 550 crore funding that would have a value of 3600 crores or about 440 million. Manipal Group Chairman Ranjan Pai and Info Edge Ventures have lined up around 100 crores each. Existing investors are also participating in the round, Kushwaha said. The financing comes soon after Tata Group Titan brought out rival omnichannel retailer CaratLane founder Mithun Sancheti's stake, valuing the firm at around $2 billion. Sony sells most of its TV's digital ad inventory for Asian Games. Sony Pictures Networks India has sold over 90% of its TV and digital ad inventory for the Asian Games 2023, with the network targeting a reach of over 100 million for the event, a senior company executive said. We are almost sold, whether it is linear or digital, and the list of advertisers is growing. We sold the TV and the digital ad inventory separately, said SPNI business head sports Rajesh Kaul. The TV broadcast sponsors include Hyundai, JSW Group, Limca Sports, Paisa Bazaar, LIC of India, Ultratech Cement, Amul, State Bank of India, Panasonic and Parley Products, while the digital sponsors are EatFit, JSW, Maruti Suzuki India, Echo and Limca Sports, among others. The media company was seeking investments of 3.5 crores from co-presenting sponsors and an outlay of 2.4 crores from associated sponsors. Media buyers say properties like the Asian Games draw niche audience that are relevant to certain sets of advertisers. The cost of advertising on a property like the Asian Games is also not very high compared to cricket. The Asian Games will be broadcast on Sony Sports Network while being streamed on Sony Live, unlike Disney Star and Viacom 18, who are offering tickets for free. The Asian Games will remain behind the paywall. Growth momentum in quarter 2 shaping up well. So the Finance Ministry on Friday said economic activity in the second quarter of the fiscal year is shaping up well, building on the momentum seen in the June quarter, even as it termed the recent recovery in the global crude oil prices as an emerging concern, if not an alarming issue. In its monthly economic report for August, the ministry also said risk of stock market correction and geopolitical developments could potentially hurt investor sentiment in the fiscal second half. The monsoon deficit in August could impact crops which need to be assessed, it said, adding, however, that plentiful showers in September have eased a part of the earlier deficit, but the impact of these developments on underlying economic activity in India should be relatively contained. The report said the risk will be offset by the bright spots of corporate profitability, private sector capital formation, bank credit growth, and activity in the construction sector. Sales soared as इसके अलावा एक भी न्यूज़ था, creditors to have more time for filing the claims under IBC. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India has allowed creditors more time to file their claims beyond the stipulated 90 days, as it hammers out several procedures changes to further streamline the resolution process. According to the latest regulations, creditors can now file the claims within 90 days or until the request for resolution plan under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is sought, whichever is later. According to the IBBI, however, creditors will have to offer credible reasons for the delay for very late claims received after this revised deadline, but 7 days before the Committee of Creditors meets to approve a resolution plan. The COC will take a final call on admitting them. According to the IBBI Regulations 2023, resolution professionals can then file applications with the National Company Law Tribunal for the condonation of the delay and adjudication of such claims. This is the latest in the series of changes in the regulations through which authorities intend to brighten the chances of resolution of stressed firms and prevent erosion of their asset value. The new regulations also mandate the management and the promoters of the stressed firm to prepare a list of the assets and hand it over to the resolution professional. Then, sales source as fan jostle for latest Apple. So sales of Apple iPhone 15 as of Friday late evening were more than double of what the company scored on the first day of the sale of iPhone 14 series last year, as industry executives said, noting strong demand for the 4 models in the new series. Such response does not come from demand for a few models but for all of them. The base iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Plus particularly saw a lot of traction because of its improved features borrowed from the last year Pro models without a change in the price. A spokesperson for Apple India didn't immediately respond to the email queried from ET. Earlier in the day, hundreds of people queued up outside Apple stores in Delhi and Mumbai, some even camping overnight as the Cupertino US-based company began sales of iPhone 15 series of smartphone in India. The queues only grew longer in the evening. Apple's latest iPhone launch is considered significant because for the first time iPhones made in India and China are being offered simultaneously to the customers. Apple aficionados have travelled from neighbouring states and cities to buy their chosen handsets. The outlets in Delhi and Mumbai are the only 2 Apple stores in India and were opened by Apple Chief Executive Tim Cook in April. Ujjwal Shah, a final CA student and Apple fan, saw it too that he was the first to buy the new iPhone from Apple Bandra Kurla outlet in Mumbai, even if it meant travelling from Ahmedabad a day prior. The waiting outside the mall where the outlet is located for better half of the night. My friend and I waited outside under the bridge for most of the night and then started queuing up outside the mall. It's always been a dream to buy a phone from an Apple store, and when I was the first to enter, it was a feeling like no other. So, this is the craze of Apple. Efforts to connect with moon lander rover to continue. So, efforts have been made to establish communication with Vikram lander and Pragyan rover to ascertain their wake up condition, the Indian Space Research Organization said on Friday evening. As of now, no signals have been received from them. Efforts to establish contact will continue, the space agency said. ISRO had earlier said after the lunar sunrise on September 22, efforts will be made to re-establish contact with Chandrayaan 3 lander and rover that were set into sleep mode on September 4 and September 2 respectively. Chandrayaan 3 mission life was one lunar day or 14 Earth days. Vikram lander is set to into sleep mode around 8 hours IST today. Preloads are now switched off. Lander receives are kept on. Vikram will fall asleep next to Pragyan once solar power is depleted and the battery is drained, hoping for their awakening around September 22, 2023. ISRO had posted on social media platform X on September 4. Earlier on September 2, after putting the rover into sleep mode, ISRO has said the rover completed its assignments. It is now safely parked and set into sleep mode. APX and LIBS payload are turned off. Currently, the battery is fully charged. The solar panel is oriented to receive the light on the next sunrise expected on September 22, 2023. The receiver is kept on, hoping for a successful awakening for another set of assignments, else it will be forever stay there as India's lunar ambassador. This was all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll come up with the next video on 24th September. 24th September, that is on Sunday. I hope it was of some use to you people. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And please share with your friends who may want to be updated on the news articles from Economic Times. Thank you so much for watching.